Good morning and welcome and happy Thanksgiving. Today is a day to give thanks for all our blessings. I want to warmly welcome you to Fight CPS. I'm your host, Bob Pace. And I know how many of you, including myself, are without families for Thanksgiving. It's a hard thing to face because Thanksgiving is a time that we're going to be with our families. And it's a once a year type thing that no matter where we are in the world, we go home and try to be with mom and dad or our sisters and brothers and stuff. And I've always had that over all my Thanksgiving. But this marks the first Thanksgiving in my 76 years on this world that I'll not be with family today, which is strange. CPS has done a lot. Dave, now the remnants of CPS affects everybody. It hurts everybody. And good morning, Betty Joe from Montana. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, Betty Joe. God bless you, and I hope you do get your brother's daughter back. I really do. I really do. Well, she's emotionally upset because her boys are gone and they didn't want to get together with her daughter, but I mean they'd rather go with their daughter or her sister. It's a hard thing. It's ever since I had a CPS case, the family has eroded, meaning that they don't necessarily believe what has happened, but they think we're a stigma because we're involved in CPS. And my daughter, who is 23 now, divorced us parents at 22. And she has, with her adopted foster care parents, she thinks are really great because they give her money. I did the same thing too, but apparently it was not enough. Anyway, they're going to spend the time with her. Now, we will get together and do a Thanksgiving on Saturday, but that's not really Thanksgiving. Today, traditionally, has always been Thanksgiving since the Pilgrims celebrated the New World to give thanks to their first year of survival in North America. The Pilgrims were the first settlers that had settled and actually built homes and tried to live in North America. And they had met the indigenous people, the first Native Americans, the first immigrants, the Native American Indians. And they celebrated together to give thanks. It was a feast because people came together and brought things and they ate together. It was all about giving thanks. And I am thankful, but I'm certainly not thankful for what CPS has done to me or my family or done to any of you guys in your family. It's a horrible, horrible, horrible thing that we have to deal with. Now, I have some general housekeeping to do, like how to text a message to me. The banner will tell you what to do. Just read the banner and follow along with how to text a message, a comment, or a question about CPS. All I ask is your name and your location. That's all I do. And I'll put that up for a few minutes so that people that can come in there and stuff. So anyway, my wife is really upset. I mean, she's mad at CPS, what they've done. She's mad at a lot of things, and she takes it differently than I do. I'm hurt, and it's wrong because we should all be together. But you guys are my adopted family. I'm so glad to see you, Betty. I call you family. And I'm glad I'm spending it with my new family here. If you guys are going through horrible times fighting CPS. Now, I've been fighting them now for over 15 years. And I've been doing this live stream for over 2 years. And I'm on twice a day. And Aaron, Thank you so much, family. You're from Tennessee. I know that. Yes. I'm very thankful for the people that I know. That's when I think of Thanksgiving as a time to be thankful for what you have, your blessings. I thank you for my faith in God and belief in God. I thank you for all the great people that have come here. It's all right, Christina Reynosa. She's not in the greatest spirits right now, so I don't want to show her anything there. But Christina Reynosa, thank you. She's from Nevada, Las Vegas, Nevada, and she has done such hard work on these synopses about my case, about how my daughter's been denied to me now for over 10 years. I mean, it's hard to face the fact that she's been gone for 23 years from me, for me and my wife. Not gone 23, I'm sorry, over 12 years. It's 11 years going on 12 years. She left us at 12 years of age. I last time held her was May 2nd, which is a special day in my life because that's the birth of my firstborn. I have another daughter who's now 36. My oldest daughter by adoption is 39, and Kirsten is my second daughter. Anyway, I'm not supposed to use names of children, but anyway, my youngest daughter is 23, and my other two daughters, one that was adopted, my firstborn, is 36 and 39. Anyway, that's three of my six children. And the other three are boys. A 20-year-old boy who just moved out, a 25-year-old boy just moved out and got married now. It's one of the reasons why he moved out. And I guess the young boy wanted to move in with him to help him with the rent. Anyway, he and his best friends have a room together. My son and his new wife have a room. And so they seem to be doing okay. I look at their apartment. They both have jobs. They're both working. They're not lazy. And it's clean. And he has a beautiful wife that is a homebody that likes to cook and stuff. So, the children that you produce, you're glad to see them succeed. The sad part is what CPS does to all of us. There's so much damage they do to all of us. And so I will, Christina, after my show. It's disrespectful to spend time away from my show to read something. I it's terrible when I have to go look up something in there. So anyway, I am blessed to know you guys, and now mine is June 2nd. Yes, I know, Aaron. Hi, Aaron. Yours is June 2nd. My daughter's May 2nd. My daughter's first name born is Aaron. So I I I know that. That's why the name and your birth date are very, very dear to me, Aaron. And I'm so glad you're part of knowing you. I mean, all of you. And I'm so glad to see you guys. I really am. I'm so glad you took time out of your hectic day. I just hope you have time, Betty and Aaron and Christina, have time with your families on Thanksgiving. I know it's hard. I know Aaron, her two firstborn are gone. And that's a hard thing to swallow. And she lost them at an early age, which is tough, which is tough. Losing someone at an early age is tough, Aaron. But anyway, I'm here to help all of you deal with the CPS. It's a very troublesome organization. It was mandated by Congress in 62 that the social services would create a group of social workers to protect our children from neglect and abuse. It's a great idea. It's long overdue because the SPCA, the Society for Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, was established a long time ago, longer before. We were more worried about our animals than we were about our children. I mean, there's been 400 years of trying to take care of our children that have been abused and neglected. And I'm glad, you know, Congress wanted a group dedicated to protect our children. But what's happened is this group they created has gone rogue. 50%, and that's from me talking to over 3,000 people, that they're bad. They are really, 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 really bad. And it's sad to say because you trust the government. And it's really sad that they are bad. And we, as parents, we're not prepared to deal with this entity called the Child Protection System. You know, the name may be different in your area, in your county, and in your state. Every county has a child protection system. Some of the names are like in California, in Orange, which is my county, Orange County, California, it's called the Child Protection Services, CPS. Next door in LA County, which is a huge county, it's called the Department of Children and Family Services. A lot of times it's called in other places like that. Then in Prescott, Arizona, the home of the Pink Ladies, very troubled Pink Ladies. There were social workers that wore T-shirts that said terrible things about her parents stuff. Anyway, they're called the Department of Children's Services. Then in Richmond, Kentucky, and the person I got to know there is Faye. And happy Thanksgiving, Faye, out there. She's been struggling really big time, and she used to be on my show all the time. And anyway, they call theirs the cabinet. No matter what the name is, I'll make it simple in here. We call it the CPS, acronym CPS. And that way we know what you're talking about. Now, we have somebody here that is new called Nomami Flores. Good morning, Bob, and happy Thanksgiving. Approximately 3 months ago, me and my ex messaged you about our case. My ex made it look as if we were the victims, and that was not the case. Oh, dear. What part of the country are you from here? I did not know that. That doesn't sound good. You guys were the victims, and that's not the case. The reason why they took her kids was due to domestic violence. Yes, I understand that. He's a very violent person. And the reason why they took my kids was because I kept going back with him. That's the hard thing with relationships. Part of CPS is having a good family with relationships. The reason a lot of us are involved is the relationships deteriorate. A husband and wife are married, then they have children. They're married first in love, and then they have children. That's all great. But unless your relationship with the other half is great, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. And that's why a lot of you are kind of involved in that. And you're from San Diego, California. I kind of remember now. I'm sorry, it's been a while there. And in order for you to get your children back, you're going to have to take a domestic violence class. You're going to have to separate from your husband because if he still feels that way, CPS will not give the children back to either one of you. Neither one of you. You may have to divorce, and that is a horrible thing, divorce is. It seems like I touch on a lot of those terrible things: divorce, domestic violence, and children taken. And the reason why CPS do take the children is because the parents aren't able to take care of them because they fight. If you fight in front of the children, they hate it. They hate when parents fight. They think it's something wrong with the children. And domestic violence could be just an argument. It doesn't have to be hitting each other. Just arguing with one another or yelling at one another is domestic violence. I know I took a domestic violence. It was 52 weeks. My wife never did. I think she should have, but she never did take the class. And we're very blessed to have our two boys there take. See, I had 3 of my 6 children taken. They were still living at home. And it was wrong. They weren't in danger. But I think domestic violence was the cause. You know, after talking about it, it is a hard thing. It's a hard thing. On the 12th of December, we're going to trial. I don't want him to have custody of our daughter. I left his home about a month ago. Okay, are you going to family court to get a divorce on December 12th? Or are you going to a trial to talk about the custody of your children, Naomi? And I know how hard it is when you love somebody. Happy Thanksgiving, Dorothy Cook. I'm so glad you're here. Dorothy Cook is from North Carolina. Yes, I agree, Dorothy. Domestic violence class needs to be taken by both people and separated from the alleged abuser, in some cases, divorce if married. Yeah, I understand that. I agree with you. Um, Nomomi says, he made me lie to my attorney. I already came clean to my attorney and told her about the manipulation he was putting me through. Now I'm taking DV classes, parenting classes, and so far I'm doing great. Well, I'm glad to hear that about pneumonia. I don't know how your husband is doing, but you know, it is sad when that does happen. It is sad. And Hoy, happy Thanksgiving. I don't know where you're from, but if you could tell me where you're from, that would be great. Um, and it's hard to enjoy Thanksgiving for a lot of us. A lot of us are with broken families. A lot of us aren't together with our families. Yes, agreed, Dorothy. Agreed, Dorothy. Dorothy makes good points. Another one of my housekeeping things is if you want to be a guest on my live stream, I have a banner that tells you how. I have a banner that tells you how. All you do is pick one of my 14 live streams. Now I'm on every day during the weekdays at 10 a.m. and on the weekends at 8 a.m. Then every night of the week, all 7 days, I'm on at 7 p.m. Those times are given in Pacific Standard Time. I'm on the West Coast, south of Los Angeles, a place called Surf City, USA, 3 blocks from the beach. Yeah, I live at the beach. I'm a water person. I need to go out and get my gills wet. So, uh, you know, I love the ocean. I love the sea. It's a very beautiful place. It's given me a lot of wonderful memories. But anyway, um, I'm on these 14 shows a week. All you have to do on the email to me, my email address is there, is give me your name, add email and phone number, and then pick one of my shows. Just say I want to be on Bob's Sunday morning show or Bob's Friday night show or Bob Wednesday morning show or Monday night show. It's night or morning, and it's Monday through Friday, 14 shows to pick from. That's how to be a guest. The rules are simple. We respect one another. We talk about CPS, and I can take 9 of you at one time. 9 of you can be a guest on my show. I'd love to have all of you be a guest at one time on my show. It'd be nice to see Aaron and Dorothy Cook and Christina and Betty Joe, all of you on my live stream. There is no profanity allowed in this room, whether we're texting or talking. And we need to respect one another and focus on CPS. I know it's hard to digress. There's other components that are part of CPS. So I know it's hard there. But I really, this Thanksgiving, I'm so thankful to know every one of you. And I do this show because I like helping others. I've been a volunteer all my life. I have over 50 years with the Boy Scouts of America, the American Red Cross. I've given my time to AYSO soccer. I've given my time in surfing organizations all my life. I've been surfing since age 7. And so I have been a pioneer with many of the surf contests that are taking place today. I'm the dinosaur a lot of times in surfing. In fact, I think I'm the first surfer on the island of Guam in 1956. Anyway, I'm digressing a little bit. Please send me that email and I'll forward it on to Grace, who will send you a link and you just copy and paste it. There's no names of children used on the show. We don't use names of children, judges, or social workers. And no eating or smoking on the show. Christina says to Dorothy, she did her synopsis this morning. Mr. Bob, on every day except weekdays. Okay, thank you, Dorothy. Dorothy is so good about helping me out by dictating what I'm saying. So that is really good, Dorothy. Thank you so much for doing that. And Hoytis Harris is from Chicago. Welcome. And what is your CPS case? I love it with Happy Thanksgiving there, Hoy. I like that, Hoy. I'm so glad there. Now, Nanomi says, my ex already lost a kid due to domestic violence from his past relationship. I don't trust him with my daughter anymore. I'm avoiding them giving him custody. Yeah, I understand your feeling. Domestic violence is very rooted. It's hard not to argue, but it's more hard to recognize that arguing is domestic violence. The best way to solve domestic violence is that when it escalates to the point where you're around your children or you're yelling, is to do a timeout. We do that with our children, timeouts. They do it in football. Not only am surfing, but football is another passion of my time. Football is another passion of my time. And I do a timeout. I'm lucky I live near the beach, so it's easier to walk down the beach and say, hello, ocean, help me out, or talk to God when I look at the ocean, or talk to the sky and talk to God. God is everything. God made everything. So think of God. I'm not trying to complicate religion. I'm not trying to, it's simplified that we have to have a belief in God. The God, the Bible, and Jesus Christ are the 3 things that I believe in. And they all go together. They all go together. The Bible is one of the most read books in the world. It's so many things, even today, even though it was written thousands of years ago, it's still relevant today. Times have changed, yes. But the 10 Commandments, which are part of the Bible, that God handed to Moses to help preach to people to follow, those are simple rules to follow. If you follow the 10 Commandments, you pray to God, you read the Bible, and once a week try to attend a church to hear the sermon. I have a beautiful church that I now go to. It's a church where the minister wears casual clothing. The people wear casual. It's not all coat and tie. It's not people with purple robes or white robes, or it's not formality. It's a simple church. They sing in the church too, and they embrace Calvary, but they also um, do the singing. So it's a good church. And once a week, if you go to there, you meet people, you talk to people. It's a good way to do it. So those things all help you with your CPS matter. Fighting CPS is hard because you're dealing with people that have got power, that want to make money. Money is what feeds CPS. It has gone bad. It's gone rogue. 50% is out there that are rogue. And it's a hit or miss that you counter it. And the people that are in here, the people that talk to me on my show, are people that have had wrongdoing with CPS. Oh, I'm so glad your attorney is going to help you. No, Nomomi. Now, Nomomi, is that a paid attorney or a court appointed attorney? Yes, I love that, Dorothy. Thanks for emphasizing it. So, um, you know, I started with a room of 6, 7, 8 people. I don't know, and I thank the emojis from Dorothy Cook and Christina Reynoso. That is the care face. I like that. And then the thumbs up from Christina Reynoso. Thank you. And you guys can send me emojis. I love the stars. I love the smiley faces and hearts and stuff. Also, please check if you want to follow me. Please check if you want to follow me. Now, I have one more um, housekeeping rules is the my phone number. I want to put my phone there so you know that you can call in. My number's live. It's 626-698-0990. And you're right, Nomomi. CPS is going to be unfair if it's the bad kind. It's if it's the bad kind. They sometimes do. That's sad. That's sad about social workers. Social workers, a lot of them are not trained. Some don't even have a high school education. I think social workers should have a college degree, and even a master is preferred. And they should have it in the areas of clinical psychology and social services. And you can get a master's in clinical psychology and get a degree in social services. They should have that. Also, they should go through a rigorous mentoring program where they get instructions of how to do it. So many social workers are thrust in because the jobs are far and few. Um, the government in my state in around 2000 let go a lot of the social workers that were experienced social workers that were in their 30s or 40s. They want the young people fresh out of school or very fresh, and they wanted to save the money. The state of California did that. They did two things. Not only did they fire a lot of the social workers back in 2000, they also kept my money from my contracts. The reason why I lost my job in 2010 is that I'd got awarded all these construction jobs and they're public funds, but the governor decided to take and give me an IOU. And I tried to do an IOU at a bank, and banks were upset anyway about predatory loans. And so they wouldn't give me a time or day. So I had to close my general contracting business. I had a lot of jobs to do, over $63 million worth of work to do. But the state of California needed that money for not me, from other contractors. So they used that money to keep the state afloat so that the governor could go out and smoke cigars in his Bedouin tent. You know who I'm talking about. He'll be back. Nice man. I met him, and he's a nice man. He's a nice movie star actor. I don't think he was a good governor. I really don't. Um, and that was sort of a chain of effect with me in 2010 when the owner of my company said, I have to close your doors because I can't afford you or your people that work for you, and these jobs are not going to take part for the next couple of years. And I can't wait that long. I cannot financially wait that long. And so he said, you're gone. And that's the worst thing you can do at age 60, say you're gone. Because at age 60, they don't want you. And then on top of that, I had my in laws. These are the lay people that report violations. And they reported things like the children weren't dressed, weren't going to school, we weren't paying our utility bills, we didn't have food. And every week for 5 years, I meet these social workers. And with me and no job, that's when the friction developed with domestic violence. That's where you would argue with your wife and you argue with you, why aren't you getting a job? 6 years old is not that old. Well, in reality, 60 years is old because we're supposed to retire at 55. I mean, the synopsis is you go to high school, you go through school, you go to college, you get a job, and in 30 years, your home is paid off when you buy your home. And that's usually about the age of 55 because you take 30 from 55, that makes you about 25 when you get your home. And you usually graduate from college at 22 and you have your job, your home, and then you put a down payment. Today, it's hard with that down payment. You're talking a lot of money for a down payment today. Buying a home today is worse than it was 20 or 30 years ago. I knowing that. And if you have relationships with your spouse and it isn't good, things like that can really hurt. And that's where it all starts. That's where it starts. Now, where can I call or who I can call it? Well, you can call Bob Pace, know me. Where can I call? Who can I speak to so I can make changes to a different social worker? Oh, you either go to the supervisor, the manager, or the director in your county. Know me. If you want another social worker, you ask, speak to the supervisor. You explain to the supervisor what your problem is and ask for a change. If she won't help you, then you go to the manager. If the manager won't help you, then you go to the director. If the director won't go to you in the county, then you got to go state and you got to talk to civil rights coordinator at the state level. That's at your capital of your state. And that's where you get there. And if that doesn't work, you go to Doge, the government Department of Government Efficiency. And I'll be putting that on the end of my show, how to contact them. But that's how you do it, no Nomoni. Now, Hoy says, my son is in CPS custody due to his mental health behaviors. So he's a special needs child. They get more money for special needs. They get additional $10,000 a month on top of the $20,000 a month for children. CPS lies to me and claims like I did medical neglect with my son, which I'd never do medical neglect with having custody of my adopted. I'm so sorry for that happened to you there, Hoy. You come to the right place. I'll help you through it. I'll help you through it. So all of you, um, Erin is trying to get her last son back with her. And it's hard for her. She is really struggling through that. Um, I'm trying to look through my notes right now, so excuse me if I pause. Not that I'm ignoring you, I'm just looking through my notes here. I try to talk to people that, I try to talk differently for every show. It's really hard. It's really hard. Now, Hoy says, my adopted son is doing good in the residential home and will be returning home soon due to my great attorney that the court had appointed to me after 3 court attorneys that was no good. Yeah, you may have to go through a lot of, they're going to say, no, you only get 1 court. No, you can keep asking for a new one. In the courtroom, or excuse me, in the courthouse, there is a department, there's your clerk office where you get records and your paperwork, and there is also in the courthouse, the public defender's office where you can meet your public defender or get another public defender. Keep in mind, the public defenders aren't the way to fight the case. They are bad. They will not fight the case. They're overworked. They have a caseload of 30 or more clients at one time, which is way too many. And they're influenced by CPS. CPS actually pays for them. So it's sad. It's sad. You're not going to get anything out of a court-appointed attorney than a real attorney. Yeah, Aaron's agreeing that the housing market it's hard. Can you imagine that you go through high school today and you go into college, you get a college degree, you get that job, and now you're 25 and you want that home so that you can retire at age 55. That's the goal. It used to be the goal. Now I think it's 65 and you think about retiring. And some people never retire, like myself. I'm 76 years old. I am still looking for a job. I have a job right now, but it's limited. It's only 20 hours a week, and it's very limited. And it's not even good pay. It barely can keep me afloat. And it's hard. It's hard because I put a lot of work into my 20 hours a week. Anyway, getting a job and then want to buy a home retirement are the dreams. But along the way, you decide to start to have children. Now, I have a son who's 25 right now, who's in a lot of debt because he wanted to go out and buy things. He got a really great job working for a company in the space industry. And he was getting paid as an internship while he's going to college. But the COVID episode hurt him bad. He ended up being isolated, and that was weakness. I think also he was living away from home, and that's hard. That's hard. And so you're really at a crossroads here. I think arguing is the common problem we have with CPS, and they take advantage. Fighting CPS is like open heart surgery. That's the comparison I do. With open heart surgery, you need a medical doctor who's skilled and trained and educated in that field. Well, the same goes for fighting CPS. You need an attorney who has a background. Now, I'm going to be talking about the attorney that I had hired, and he is part of the show. His name is Vincent W. Davis. And his number is, let me put it there because the comments are blocking it. His number is 888-888-6582. And Vincent W. Davis has extensive background in fighting CPS. He's been fighting him for 40 years. He knows it. He was my attorney, hired him. I had to sell my forever home, unfortunately, to do that because I had to pay a lot of money. That's the sad part. A lot of us don't know that it takes a lot of money to fight cases. Like a DUI is another area. And we should all think about legal insurance. It's available. It's just that we don't try hard enough. We have insurance for everything, pets and animals. We have insurances for your car repairs. How about maintaining the car? That's a special kind of car insurance. There's two kinds of car insurance. One that's required by law when you get into a car accident, and the other one is for the mechanical. The car is less than 20 years old, you can get car insurance. Then there's household insurance against storms and wind damage and flood and so forth, and earthquake and everything. You just have to get the right writer. And then on top of that, you're going to oh boy. If you hear some background noise, I'm sorry. My neighbor doesn't care about you. That's the hard thing when you live in apartments. When you have people that don't care, and he wants to play his electric guitar and do Jimi Hendrix. So anyway, he just started playing it. He does that on the 4th of July. He does that on all the holidays. So I apologize for that. Anyway, this legal insurance is something you really should look into it because it can help you with the DUI, help you because you see, if you get a good attorney, it's going to take a retainer and an hourly fee. Now, Vincent Davis's retainer is approximately $5,000, and that's for LA County, California. His office is in Arcadia, in California, in LA County. And he's a $500 an hour attorney. Now, those are approximate figures. No attorney is going to give you a price till they meet with you. And it all depends on two things: the complexity of the case and how long the case has been going on. It will determine the retainer and the hourly. But I'm just giving you a ballpark. I'm giving you something to go by. And you say right now, $5,000 a lot to go by if a lot of us are low income. A lot of us are. I'm embarrassed to say being on welfare is not a good thing. But it's hard for me right now. And I am trying to correct that. I'm trying to get back to where I wasn't have to be on welfare. And I'm a good man. I'm well educated. I've done a lot of jobs, from an ocean lifeguard to a marine animal trainer training killer whales to a restaurant manager of like the Chart House. I'm a teacher. I've taught for many, many years. Taught high school biology and chemistry, AP, advanced placement, college level chemistry, and college level biology at the high school. I've also taught at the university, and I was teaching a marine mammals class about cetaceans and marine mammals and so forth. I've worked as a marine biologist, which was my dream job. I loved it, but it didn't pay anything. It was the most lowest paying job I ever had in my life, but it was a great job. It was a great job. But my latest job that I've been working for a greater part of 40 years has been a civil engineer, where I generate sales for the company, manage those jobs. And lately I've been doing inspecting of those jobs. I'm an inspector, project manager, senior project manager, and senior estimator. And that's the job I was doing. But I lost that in 2010 after working for a long time in the field, over 30 years. And they just didn't want to hire. I tried to go back to an old company I worked for, and they said, "You're too old, Bob. We want young people." It's psychologically very detrimental. Just because if you talk to me or you know me or you hang with me, you go surfing with me, skateboarding, you go for walks or whatever you do, you'll find out that I'm young at heart. I feel like I'm 46 years old. That's my how I look and how I feel. I don't feel like I'm 76 because I have a lot of friends that are 76 and they look like dinosaurs. Yes, I'm getting old. My blonde hair is turning white, and I am at times look very distressed because I go through a lot. But I work hard and so forth. So not having a job or having a low end time job there, it's hard. There's nothing wrong with doing low end jobs, and they shouldn't be considered low. We all need cooks. We all need waiters. We all need mechanics. We need nurses. We need managers. We need lifeguards. We need all those jobs. They're great. Yes, a lawyer or being a doctor is a high end job. A movie star, if you got a movie thing, is good, but not all movie stars are great. Not everybody makes it as a movie star. Same thing as a professional football player. I have two personal friends right now. That one that plays on the North Carolina Panthers, he's the quarterback, and the other one is a wide receiver that plays the Detroit Lions. He's playing right now against the Philadelphia Eagles. Both of those gentlemen, I followed the high school football of their years from 2017 to now, or 2015, I really should say. There's a lot of players I do. I follow high school football immensely, whether it's my school I played for back in Arlington, Virginia, or the school I played for in Long Beach, California, or my son's school that is in Santa Ana, California, where he won two national championships. Yes, I'm proud of my son. It's very hard to win a national championships. The team this year had lost 3 games. It's the first time since 2013. They've always been at the top. And it's hard for the brotherhood. But now I'm digressing again about that. So um, I want to help you with your case by answering your questions. I've done that. David Halago calls me every once in a while. I had him hire Vincent Davis. It's a lot of money he's spent, but he's fighting a very bad case where his daughter has claimed he did something improper with her, and she was brainwashed to say that. But now she's trying to correct her story. But the damage is done. CPS will chase those stories because they want to make money. The longer they keep your child in their custody, the longer it be. Now, I was talking about a professional attorney, Vincent Davis, and you could hire him. I mean, he has 40 years of fighting CPS and gotten children back. He's excellent. He gives a lot of his free time, and he'll go to other states, but it's more money. I quoted a price of $125,000 retainer and $500 an hour in Georgia. The same thing goes for Wisconsin. I think that's the high end. But again, you have to talk to him. So if you want to hire a good attorney, he got back my two boys. It's 888-888-6582. He's also a trial attorney, meaning he can fight criminal trials. A lot of times you'll get the CPS investigating, they'll get the police involved, then the police would charge you the same thing and try that. There's a bad, corrupt police department where I live. It's a bad, corrupt police department. The district attorneys, they do some stupid things. They charge you. It's like CPS didn't charge me, but the police did, supposedly sexual charges, inappropriate, but they wouldn't go into details. They never asked for my computer. They never insinuated. It was a ploy because when you settle, and you should never settle, it's one of the things they give up. They, for a year, dragged it on. And they finally said, well, look, we'll offer you this. If you agree to negligence, I said, what do you mean negligence? And I had them put in the words, stacking the boxes too high that could endanger my children, or stacking the furniture too high. What had happened is that my parents, one had died, the other was dying, and I was trying to take their things and give them off to family and relatives. So I took all their things from their home because my sister wanted to sell the home fast because she wanted the money fast. That's another thing when families get in there and want to do that. That is really, 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 really hard. So anyway, um, I um, I found it hard. I found it really, really, really hard. We have about 10 minutes left, you guys. And if you want to call in, now's the time to do it. Um, well, actually, it's going to be quicker than that. It's 10:59, and I have to go. I have to go. I have to go because it's soon to close down here. I didn't realize it was that late, 10:59. Either I started the show late or something like that effect there. So anyway, I got to digress. I don't know. Any questions came my way. I answered your questions. I'll be here tonight for Thanksgiving dinner with you on the show live. I won't eat on the show because you're not supposed to eat on the show. And I don't know what I'm going to fix for dinner tonight. Fortunately, I have a Thanksgiving meal that was given to me. And I'm going to use that Thanksgiving meal on this Saturday to get together with my son, his wife, my son, and his friend, and my wife and I. That's 6 of us. And maybe my son's new wife's father will come and her brother. So maybe we'll have 8 people. I don't know. But anyway, it will happen this Saturday, and I'll try to be thankful that I have these people around. They agreed to me to have it at their place, which is going to be nice. Meanwhile, they're going to go today to my daughter, who is 23 years old, and she's going to go there. Hi, Lisa. I'm so glad to see you at 11 o'clock, though. You're an hour late, Lisa. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Lisa Bartley from Montana. Betty Jo was in here early, Lisa. And Dorothy Cook's been in here. Aaron's been in here. And we have Christina Reynoso in here. And you got to be with your son today. Hey, everybody, congratulate Lisa. I guess my prayers and helping her have helped her. She got to have her son for Thanksgiving. And a new person, Hoy. I haven't forgotten you, Hoy. I haven't forgotten you, Hoy, at all. And I do want to thank all of you for being a part of my show this past year and be a part. I'm very thankful to know you guys. And Naomi Flores from San Diego, thank you for rejoining again. I'm so distressed to hear about the bad news, but maybe it'll be good news in the end. Maybe it'll be good news in the end. I think we're leaving off, and I was just finishing talking about Vincent Davis about hiring him. He's also a civil rights attorney. He will fight CPS, won millions of dollars both in state or federal court. So he's a real deal. Enough talking about Vincent, though. I got to wrap this show up. Again, I want to start off and thank all these people and wish them a very happy Thanksgiving. There's Betty Jo of Montana, Aaron of Tennessee, Christina of Nevada, Naomi of California, Dorothy of North Carolina, Hoy of Chicago, Illinois, Hoy of Illinois, and I already said Dorothy Cook of North Carolina, and Naomi of California. I think I got everybody. I don't think I've missed anybody. If I did, I'm sorry. And I want to thank all you guys out there that are quiet or silent listeners. Aaron of Tennessee, thank you. God bless you all. And Lisa Bartley of Montana, who last called in there. And thank you, Dorothy. That's good. And Hoy's got a new judge because I got rid of 3. That's really good to hear. So all of you, I'm going to take down my phone number. And as soon as I find it here, I'm going to put the Department of Government Efficiency up there. Please check out that website. The phone numbers are active. They're the White House 202, and the email is good. If you can't resolve your issue at the county level or at the capital level of your state, you can go to the federal government. They will help you there. They will help you. I've called the numbers. I've sent an email, so I know that it's legit. And they will help you. It's a new branch of government that's supposed to cut our wasteful spending. And they are investigating Social Services in Orange County, California, and investigating the child protection system. I know from here on the phone now and stuff. Now, I'm going to end off the show, but please don't ever give up on your children. Don't ever give up. Come here first and talk about it. I'll help you. And God bless you. Oh boy. Christina says her heart hurts. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'll pray for you, Christina. I'll pray for you. God bless you, Christina. You work so hard. God bless you. And so I'll be on again tonight at 7. Please listen to the video at the end of my live stream. Again, happy Thanksgiving. God bless you all. I'll see you at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
A vivid picture is encrypted in your mind as the critics get in line like they're witnessing a crime. But then you notice there's a shiver in your spine from the feelings of discontentment and bitterness combined. Heartbroken when you listen to the judges, another kid's innocence corrupted. And if you go against it, it's destructive. Consider this predicament the toughest, but we believe in a system fit for justice. Child Protective Services only pretends to save it. The one solution for this is worthy of instant praises. 30 years of experience with relentless cases. Allow me to introduce them. This is Vincent Davis defending you when they don't think a mother fits the role. Is it juvenile dependency or government control? Observe the pain in their eyes. It's time for us to realize we are the last one.